is a picture of me on career day in the first grade. As you can see, I am holding up a hairdryer and a plastic comb. This is because I wanted to be a hairdresser when I was in the first grade. This was my first dream career ever, and it didn't last very long. My next dream was to become a WNBA player. In the sixth grade, I tried out for the boys' basketball team, and for some reason, I made it. I was the only girl to make it on the boys' basketball team, and from that day on, I was convinced that I could go pro. When I told my parents this dream, they laughed at me. I am barely 5 feet tall, so I think you can see why. So that dream didn't work out at all. At the start of this school year, the start of my senior year, I realized I was still undecided on what I wanted to pursue after high school, and I only had a few months left to figure it out. During this time, I was also obsessed with a TV show called Grey's Anatomy, a great show filled with hotshot doctors who perform cutthroat surgeries. So I began to think, I only have a few months left to figure out what I want to do after high school. The life of doctors in this show looks pretty cool and exciting. Why not become a surgeon? And so I decided that I wanted to become a surgeon. And when I told my parents this, they laughed at me again. They knew that I would faint before making an incision because I've always had a fear of blood. So my dream of becoming a doctor did not last long either. Over the past few years, I think I changed my career dream at least 15 times. As a result, I began to do more research on different career opportunities in the world in hopes of finding one that would fit me, but somehow, I was still unable to settle on one career. Nothing ever fit all the criteria, and I was constantly changing my career. Also, after changing my career so many times and feeling discouraged about what people around me had to say about my career choices, I began to lose motivation and confidence because I felt like I couldn't pursue anything in this world. My point in telling you about my ever-changing career choices that I've had in my life so far is not for the mere purpose of getting you to know me better, but rather to raise an issue that is common for many teenagers. What do I love? What am I good at? What career should I pursue? Should I listen to what my parents tell me or what my heart tells me? When do I really know when I'm following my dreams or making an impractical decision? Should I be discouraged by what society says about my dream career? Many teenagers are asking these very questions as they begin to approach the end of high school. Many are confused as to what career they should pursue after high school because they are pushed by society to be independent and know what they want to do by the age of 18. This is what career indecision looks like in high school students. It is the inability for high school students to make a career choice because at this age, they do not know enough about themselves and the world around them just yet. So how can we career-confused high school students combat career indecision to make a good decision? Before I answer that question, let's take a look at what a good career decision looks like. A good career decision is one that is practical, well-suited, and stable. Stable meaning that the career choice will most likely not be changed or be changed along the lines of that original career choice. The practical component is determined by the external factors. The external factors relate to your surroundings and your environment, such as what your family believes, what career opportunities are in demand at the moment, and the culture you grew up in. Without the external factors, you will find yourself making impractical decisions. If you recall my life story about my ever-changing career choices, you will remember that I wanted to become a doctor and a WNBA player. Till this day, I still get queasy at the sight of blood, and if you don't already see, I am still 5 feet tall, and let me tell you that I'm not exactly a basketball prodigy either. So what good would it have been for me to pursue a career in medicine or in basketball? Back then, I was discouraged by my parents' lack of support for my dreams, but now I understand that they were able to see more practically than I could at the time, and now I am grateful for their input. it is important to make decisions with external factors in mind, such as considering your parents' input, what career opportunities are available at the moment, or if your family can financially support your dream. By analyzing the external factors, you reach a practical decision. Considering the internal factors give you the well-suited part of your decision. The internal factors are factors relating to self, and they give you self-definition. They are factors such as what you love to do, how you react in different situations, what makes you angry or what makes you sad, what are you more confident in or less confident in, what are your strengths and your weaknesses. These factors can be grouped into personality, interests, goals, and attitude. Without the internal factors, you will most likely choose a career that you do not enjoy. Also, if you don't identify the internal factors before making a decision, you will have a low sense of self and thus be likely to experience traits of indecisiveness, such as the need to infinitely gather more external information to get to a decision, delaying a decision because you can't narrow down that information, and you will also exhibit low levels of self-efficacy, which means that you have low confidence in your abilities to pursue a career that you love. In my life story, I mentioned that I did a lot of research to make a career choice, but for some reason, I was still unable to get to a good decision. I did my research on the external factors and was well informed, which was good because it produced practicality. But why was I still unable to make a career decision? This is because I hadn't analyzed and identified the internal factors, such as my passions and interests, and how that would play in my career choice. I wanted to become a WNBA player because of the tension and pride I got from being the only girl to make it on the boys' basketball team. In an attempt to quickly finalize a career decision, I told myself that I could become a doctor because it looked cool on a TV show, and also because I knew that doctors are highly respected in society. In that moment, it seemed like I would love pursuing these careers, but did I really consider if it would suit me well before coming to this conclusion? No. I considered external factors, such as what society praised, to make a quick and easy decision that, in the end, caused me to be obsessed with gathering more information, and I delayed my decision because I was unable to narrow down all that information. Also, my confidence plunged, and I felt like there was no career in the world that could fit me. Analyzing the internal factors helps you know more about yourself, and it is essential to make a good career decision, because not only does it help you get to a well-suited decision, it provides you with a mechanism to narrow all the external information down to reach a good decision, and it also gives you the confidence in your abilities to pursue that career. As you can see, there were many faults in my career decision-making process, and it led me to delay my decisions or make decisions that were impractical or not well-suited to me. So how can I, along with all of you who are experiencing this problem of career indecision, combat this problem to reach a good career decision? 1, slow down. We live in a fast-paced world, and rushing your career decisions to keep up with the world by resorting to easy solutions, such as simply hopping on the bandwagon and doing what everyone else is doing, can actually be counterproductive. Oftentimes, slowing down to think and evaluate about who you want to be in this world around you now can actually save you a lot of time and money in the future. 2, when you slow down, identify the internal and external factors. Identify who you are. Are you a risk taker? Are you fearful of making a career decision? Do you like solving math problems? Do you like painting? What are your strengths? Identify the world around you. What do your parents say about going to college? What classes does your school have to offer? What internship opportunities can you take advantage of? Who can you talk to advice for a specific career? 3, evaluate the external and the internal factors together. If you're the kind of person who is ambitious and loves spontaneity, what are the career choices that can fit this criteria? If your parents disapprove of your dream, should you keep pursuing your dream because you feel confident in it? Or should you choose to trust their opinion and pick another career? These are tough questions to answer, and you aren't expected to figure it out on your own. You can seek help from mentors, family, friends, and even your school's guidance department. This is the purpose of your school's guidance department. They're supposed to help you through this tough process. And so over the past 2 months, I've assessed our own guidance department to produce ways to improve it to help all of you Dalat high school students through this tough process. Firstly, I sent out a survey to assess your opinions on Dalat's guidance department. When asked about the materials you thought the guidance department provided, you answered that the guidance department offers college visits, university fairs, personality and interest tests, information about the application process, such as Bridge U, Common App, or College Board. When asked about the resources you wanted to see added into the guidance curriculum, a lot of you answered that you only ever heard about universities. You wanted a more personal approach. You wanted personal guidance, such as having one-on-one meetings with the counselor to discuss interests, passions, strengths, and realistic dreams. In other words, you wanted to know how to make a career decision. From this survey, I realized that the students felt like they only had materials on how to reach their dream after they've identified it, but not so much material on how to actually find that dream in the first place. When I talked to Mr. Dobson, our high school counselor, about the results, though, I realized that he had all the material to help the students both find their career and how they can work towards pursuing that career. But for some odd reason, the students only saw the latter. So what is the problem? I realized that the problem is time. Once a month, Mr. Dobson has a 45-minute session in which he can share his material for each grade. In this time span, Mr. Dobson can only present so much information and has no time to teach students how to make career decisions on top of college information. Also, because the guidance sessions are weeks apart, there is no continuity and students aren't retaining the information. This explains why students are feeling like they only have materials about colleges and not materials on how to make a good career decision. After realizing this, I decided that the guidance department could be improved if a career help class was implemented into the high school curriculum. This way, there will be more time to present more in depth about how to make a career decision. And also, you can solve this problem of continuity, which will make it easier for students to receive the information. Because before, the classes were 4 weeks apart, and now it would be a day apart. Over the past few weeks, I have outlined a career help class and created a proposal for the implementation of this very class, in which I will hopefully present to the high school administration in the near future. Whether or not they decide to add the class into the curriculum, though, I want to leave you guys with this now. To all of you who are currently dealing with career indecision, or are simply going through the career decision-making process, I challenge you to slow down. Take a step back, pause for a moment in the midst of your busy schedules, to find out more about yourself and the world around you before rushing into a career decision. Do this with intention. Don't briefly think about your career as you're watching TV or playing Fortnite. Set time aside to really think about it. Outline it, journal it, mind map it. Find a mentor to help you, to guide you through it. You'd be surprised how much you already know about yourself and the world around you if you just stop to take the time to reflect on it. We live in a busy world, and rushing ourselves to keep up with the world can actually be counterproductive. Also, approach career decisions with a positive attitude. Don't be discouraged by external barriers such as discrimination or contrasting family values. Make decisions not by fear or societal influence, but from what you know about yourself. But at the same time, be informed about the world and the opportunities it has to offer. From there, you can make a career decision that is well-suited, practical, and therefore stable. Thank you.